Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going deep on AI, but specifically how it's changing the world of software testing.
Oh, yeah, the good one.
We found this super interesting article called From Test Scripts to Cash Flow, Making AI Work for You as a Tester. And it's got some pretty amazing insights. This isn't just for the techies, though. It
Why?
impacts all of us.
Yeah, it really does. It changes how we think about software in general.
Exactly. And it's not just about speed either, right?
Yeah.
It's like a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it is. It really is like changing the game entirely.
And the best part is that these changes affect us all, even if we don't know how to code.
You got it.
Like think about all those apps and platforms we use every day,
Hmm.
from banking to shopping to even like healthcare apps. It all depends on really rigorous testing.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Do you remember like back in the day, all that manual testing?
Oh yeah,
People would spend, I mean, hours and hours just clicking through every single scenario.
painstakingly trying to find every single bug.
Oh, it was so slow. And honestly, it wasn't very reliable either.
Oh, I bet.
And even when automated tools came around, you still needed people to write and maintain those test scripts.
Yeah. It's crazy to think about how much time and manpower went into all that.
Yeah.
And like even then there was always the risk of human error.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's where AI changes things up completely. It's not just doing the same thing faster. It's a totally new way of testing.
Okay, so you're talking about like machine learning algorithms that can write their own test cases,
Exactly.
that can analyze tons of data to predict where bugs are going to pop up, and can even adapt to changes in the software automatically.
Right.
Wow. So how does this all actually work? What are the key AI technologies that are making this revolution in testing happen?
So we see a bunch of different AI disciplines working together here.
Okay.
Machine learning is at the core of it all.
Right.
It allows these systems to learn from past data, and then they just get better over time. And this lets AI look at past bugs, see the patterns, and predict where future issues might show up.
Oh, that's really smart.
And then there's natural language processing.
Yeah.
This basically lets testers talk to the AI just in normal, everyday English.
Gotcha.
They can say, hey, test this thing, and the AI turns that into actual code it can run.
So you don't have to be like a coding expert to use AI for testing?
Nope, not at all.
That's amazing. That opens up so many possibilities.
Yeah, it does.
But let's get down to brass tacks. How's AI actually being used right now to improve software testing?
One big area where it's making a difference is what's called regression testing. So imagine you've got this massive e-commerce platform, right? Tons of features. Every time you make a little change to the code, you could be breaking something that was working perfectly fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Checking every single feature manually after every little update.
Yeah,
That's just impossible.
yeah. Be a never-ending task. So how does AI help with that?
AI can basically run thousands of tests at the same time, covering every single part of your application.
Oh, wow.
And this, not only does it save you loads of time and effort, but it makes sure everything's checked super thoroughly, something you could never do manually.
Okay, so it's faster and more comprehensive.
Hmm.
But are there any other benefits besides just the speed?
Oh, tons. Like one of the biggest perks is how much human error it cuts down. Think about those late nights staring at code, trying to find a tiny bug.
I can only imagine.
People get tired. People miss things, especially when they're stressed.
We're only human.
Exactly. But AI doesn't get tired.
True.
It can analyze code super precisely, catching even the tiniest things that we might miss.
Okay.
This is especially important in things like healthcare, finance, where a small software glitch can have huge consequences.
Yeah, big time.
So it's like having an extra pair of eyes always watching out.
That's a great way to put it. And the benefits go even beyond just finding bugs, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like AI can make the whole testing process way more efficient and cost-effective.
Oh, absolutely.
How so?
By taking over all those boring, repetitive tasks, it frees up human testers to focus on the more interesting stuff,
Right.
the strategic and creative parts of the job. So instead of spending all their time writing and running basic tests, they can focus on designing better strategies, analyzing data, and working with the developers to make the software top-notch.
So AI is like, it's not just taking over the boring parts of testing, but it's also making the human testers' jobs more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like moving from just, doing things by hand to thinking more strategically. And that's where the human element's still so important. Like AI can point out issues, but it's the humans who really get what users want and how the software is actually used in the real world. They get the impact of even small glitches.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It's kind of like a partnership then.
Yeah.
AI brings the power and the efficiency, but humans are still the ones doing the critical thinking and problem solving. So let's dig a little deeper into those specific AI testing techniques that the article talked about. What can AI do now that we wouldn't have even dreamed of a few years ago?
Well, one of the coolest things is this idea of self-healing scripts.
Self-healing scripts. Okay.
So, traditional test scripts, they're kind of fragile.
Right.
Even a tiny change in the software's interface, like how it looks, can break the script.
Yeah.
And then a human has to go in and fix it manually.
Mm.
It's a pain, especially when things move fast, in development.
Oh, I've totally been there. Fixing broken scripts instead of actually testing stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
He's super annoying.
But with these self-healing scripts, the AI just adapts to the changes.
Okay, so like if a button changes from saying submit to send,
Exactly.
the AI just figures it out.
Yeah, it updates the script itself, keeps everything running smoothly, no errors, no stopping.
That's amazing. It's like having like a coding ninja in the background fixing stuff up.
Totally. And another cool area is visual testing. We humans are good at spotting visual differences,
Right?
but it takes time. AI can analyze like screenshots and videos of the software while it's running. It can
Right.
compare them to older versions or like expected layouts, and it can spot even tiny, tiny changes that might be a problem.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wow.
Especially for apps where like the visual stuff is super important, like a banking app where a misplaced button could be confusing or even a security risk.
Yeah. The article even mentions a case where an AI tool found a layout shift in a banking app that human testers had missed.
Oh, wow.
It was hiding important info, made it hard for users to do certain transactions.
Okay.
Catching that early saved everyone a lot of headaches and probably some money, too.
Yeah, that's a great example of AI catching those things we might miss.
Yeah.
So what other techniques stand out to you?
Ooh, the way AI is being used for performance testing is really interesting.
Okay.
In the past, to test how a system handles like a ton of users, you needed all this special hardware, and it was complicated to set up.
Yeah.
But now, AI can basically create virtual users that act like real people.
Okay.
This way, companies can see how their apps will handle traffic spikes or just heavy usage.
Oh, that's crucial for things like streaming services or online games or even e-commerce sites when they have those big sales events.
Oh, yeah. Like imagine Netflix on a premiere night or
Yeah.
Amazon on Prime Day.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Total chaos.
Yeah, AI can make sure those platforms don't crash or slow down.
So it's like having a stress test team on call,
Pretty much.
ready to simulate anything. So we've got AI doing regression testing, fixing those broken scripts, spotting visual bugs, and doing stress tests.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's doing, well, most of the things a software tester normally does.
It is taking over some of the tasks, yeah. But it's not about replacing human testers entirely. It's
Right.
more about giving them better tools.
Right.
Helping them do their jobs even better. AI can handle the routine stuff, and then humans can focus on those higher level things.
So what does that mean exactly?
It means instead of just focusing on finding every single bug, they can spend more time understanding the bigger picture,
Right.
working with the developers to make sure the software is the best it can be.
So it's like a shift from being a bug catcher to being more like a quality advocate.
Exactly.
Yeah, making sure the user experience is great.
Right. And as AI keeps getting smarter, we'll probably see even more advanced testing techniques, and that's just going to make the role of the human tester even more important.
Wow. That's really interesting. It all sounds amazing from a tech perspective. But I'm curious about like the practical side of things. How does this all actually benefit businesses and, us as consumers?
That's where things get really exciting. The article's title, From Test Scripts to Cash Flow, hints at the money side of things.
Yeah.
And it's not just about saving money on testing. It's about totally changing how software is made and how quickly it gets to us. Faster releases, better products, and happier users in the end.
Okay, break that down for me. How does AI testing speed up getting products to market?
So let's say you're a company launching a new app.
Okay.
In the old days, the testing phase could take forever.
Right.
Weeks, even months.
Yeah.
You miss out on opportunities. But with AI-powered testing, you can cut that time way down.
So you can release your product much quicker.
Exactly. And in a lot of industries, being first is a huge advantage.
Oh, totally. So it's not just about speed though, right?
Yeah.
AI testing also makes sure the products are better quality.
Yeah. By finding those bugs early, you prevent them from ever reaching the users.
Hmm.
So no costly fixes after the fact, no bad reviews, no damage to your reputation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like preventing problems before they even happen instead of having to react after the fact.
Exactly. And that leads to the ultimate goal, right? happy users, when software just works, when it's smooth and bug-free.
Yeah.
People enjoy using it. They stick with it. They tell their friends. They become loyal customers.
Yeah, that's the dream for any company, right? But it's great for us too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
As consumers. It means the stuff we use is just better, it's more reliable, it's more enjoyable.
And the benefits go even beyond just one company or one user.
Okay.
This kind of AI-powered testing, it could change entire industries.
Wow.
Faster innovation, lower costs, better quality software for everyone.
So it's like a win-win for everyone involved. But
Yeah.
the article mentions some specific cases, right? Some companies that are using AI-powered testing successfully. Can you tell us about those?
Oh, for sure. There's this one about a big UK bank. They were struggling to keep up with testing all their online and mobile banking stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They had so much code to test, new features coming out all the time, and tons of users.
Yeah, and banking is so sensitive. They've got to make sure it's super secure and reliable.
Exactly. So they went with this AI-powered testing platform,
Okay.
and the results were pretty amazing.
Oh, wow.
They cut down the time they spent on those test scripts by something like 60%.
That's 60%. Wow.
And that freed up their human testers to focus on more strategic stuff.
That's a huge time saver. So did these see any other benefits besides that?
Yeah, they were able to release new features 30% faster, which is huge in the banking world, where things change so fast.
Yeah, that's amazing. It shows how AI testing is it's not just theoretical, it's actually making a difference for real businesses.
Exactly. And there's another one about this global e-commerce company.
Okay.
They had problems with their website crashing during big sales events.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, their site just couldn't handle the traffic. Super frustrating for shoppers. So they decided to use AI for their performance testing.
Interesting.
They used machine learning to analyze all their past traffic data and predict how users would behave during peak times.
Oh, so they were predicting problems before they even happen.
Exactly. By knowing how their systems performed in the past and predicting how they'd perform in the future, they could fix things ahead of time, make sure their site wouldn't crash.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like having a crystal ball that shows you where things are going to go wrong.
Yeah.
Did the article have any other examples?
Yeah, there's one more I thought was interesting. It's about a healthcare software company.
Okay.
They had to make sure their software followed all these strict data privacy regulations. In healthcare, patient data is super sensitive. Even tiny mistakes can have huge consequences.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really high-stakes environment. You can't afford to mess up with people's health information.
Exactly. So they were using traditional testing methods, which were slow and prone to errors.
Oh, yeah.
They decided to use an AI platform that could handle a lot of the compliance testing automatically.
Okay.
That way, they could be sure they were following all the rules, protecting the company and the patients.
Yeah, that makes sense. AI is perfect for those jobs that need really strict attention to detail and following rules perfectly. So, did it work for them?
Oh, yeah, totally. They basically eliminated the risk of human error and made sure their software was always following the rules.
Those are some pretty amazing real-world examples. It really shows that AI-powered testing is making a difference. It's not just hype. It's delivering results,
Exactly.
making things more efficient, saving money, and creating better software for everyone. It's really amazing to see how AI is changing things, not just for the tech people, but for whole industries.
Yeah, it shows how technology can jump from one area to another.
For sure. We've seen how AI is helping companies get products out faster, making sure they're better quality, and in the end, making users happier.
Hmm.
But what about the human side of things?
Right.
What happens to software testers as AI starts doing more and more of their work?
That's a question a lot of people are asking, and I get it. They're worried. But instead of seeing AI as like a job killer, I think it's better to think of it as an opportunity. As AI takes over those boring, repetitive tasks, human testers can focus on the stuff AI can't do, like critical thinking, creativity, making smart decisions.
So it's not about replacing humans, it's more like making their jobs better.
Exactly. The skills that are becoming really valuable in testing are the ones that only humans have.
Yeah.
Like being able to understand really complex systems,
Right.
connecting with users, thinking outside the box to catch problems before they happen.
So it's moving away from just finding bugs to being more like a quality advocate.
Yeah, exactly. It's about making sure the user experience is the best it can be. And that takes a new set of skills. Testers who are willing to work with AI learn how to use these new tools and really use their own human skills those are the people companies are going to want.
So it's not just about technical stuff anymore. It's about being flexible, being able to think critically, and being ready for whatever new technology comes along.
Exactly. Software development's always changing. People who can adapt and learn new things, they're going to do great.
Yeah.
AI is just one part of it. There will always be new challenges, new ways to think about software quality.
It sounds like a really exciting time to be a software tester. This whole conversation has been so eye-opening. I think we've learned a ton about how AI is changing software testing and how those changes are affecting all kinds of businesses.
It's been great talking about all this with you.
And to all our listeners, thanks for joining us. We encourage you to keep learning about AI and how it's changing the world around us. It's such an interesting field, and who knows what amazing things we'll see in the future.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.